Your person has been through a lot, so this is completely about them. Wow. So let's see what some of the stuff they've been through. Okay, I'm getting a lot of stuff, so I feel like for a lot of them, they had their father in their life when they were young, and then something completely unexpected happened and they were alone and they didn't have their father in their life anymore. They had to learn a lot of things on their own without their father. It could also be maternal, but I'm getting more likely maternal. Yeah, they've really had to learn just how to, it really delayed their kind of path of becoming a man. It's caused relationship problems. And a lot, yeah, and it was unexpected. So I feel like their father may have passed or just left or just something really unexpected happened, so that they weren't in their life. And they're trying to learn how to be the man that they're supposed to be, not necessarily just like their father. But I feel like that is a huge impact in their life, especially that it just like they were not expecting it. Yeah, they've had to learn to be quite resilient on their own. I feel like it's because of that they feel like they cannot rely on anyone. They can only really rely on themselves a lot of the times. So they've just learned like to take care of themselves and to put themselves first and to ensure their own wealth. I feel like even if they have a decent amount of money, for example, they might not want to spend very much on you or on partners because it's like, well, you might just leave anyways, just like my father did. Oh, which is not good. Anyways, they do have a lot of hope, though. They do want to have love. No, just because someone wants love doesn't mean that they have, doesn't mean they're going to be good at a relationship. Yeah, but there was like a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights. It wasn't necessarily easy having their father in their life, but it was still better. I feel like they've gone through a lot on their own, and so I really just feel this theme of being alone, being single, independent, alone, getting through things on your own. I just don't really see in their essence right now the idea that, you can have a partner and get through things together. I think they feel like when difficult things happen in life that they just need to rely on themselves and they need to get through things on their own. I do see it possible for them to, have a family in the future. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. I think they do have the character to do that. Remember, this reading is about them, so that future is not necessarily with you. It could be, but it may not be. I think they're kind of, it's an idea in their head about having a family and being a family man or woman or whatever, but they're not acting on it yet. They're kind of just putting it off. There is a part of them really enjoying the single life, but they do have that wish. They do have that desire. They want to have a life that was different from when they were a child, when they were not raised with two parents in the household. Now, mind you, if there were two parents in the household, at least one was very emotionally absent and they weren't really present. For example, if one parent if a parent has an addiction, and that could even be to like watching sports, it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual alcohol or drugs. They do really struggle with relationships right now. I think part of the reason is because they didn't get that example of what a normal, healthy, stable, solid relationship looks like. It's going to take them longer to get there from a series of trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. That includes with people and partners, because right now the idea of love that they have is almost like a fantasy, especially like, for example, with women, watching too many of those romance movies and Disney movies can really mess up your idea of what real love is. And also I've noticed with, those reality dating shows can really mess up people's perspective. So I feel like their perspective is that, that the two people have to be like one. And I feel like because they've just spent so much of their life being alone is to be safe, that it's just really hard for them to reconcile this. And so it causes a lot of relationship problems and a lot of relationship drama. But they're going to eventually learn that you can be friends. You can be, it doesn't have to be this, oh, knight in shining armor, sweeping your partner off your feet and all of that, right? You can be friends and lovers, and equal. It's equal give and take, right? Let's get an advice card for you about this person, though. This whole situation, if you're involved with this person, I feel like your cycle with them may very well be over.